Good morning, everybody. It is your boy, Coach LotGoat here today, coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today, in honor of Super Bowl weekend happening probably tonight by the time this video goes live, we are going to draft the starting lineup for the Raid NFL football team. So without further ado, let's get into it, starting with our offensive line. We're going to go right into the Ogren tribes, and our first pick is going to be the Unity champ for the O-line, Mr. Vizug. He's going to be our captain. He's the Unity champ. Everybody else is going to follow him. He's going to be one of the captains there. He is our first choice for the O-line, and he's going to be rounded out by all of his Ogren brothers, starting with Big Un, big boy, nobody getting through him, flanked by his brother Ignatius, another solid guy to have on there. Number 4 spots going to be down here in Klazag. Could also go the D line, as he's pretty cut for a big guy, but we're going to put him on the O line for now. After Klazag, we go Grazur. Of course, you have to. 2 gigantic shields. Quick note: we're not going by their abilities, we're just going by their physical appearance and how they would work in a football team. So Ogren is pretty much the O line, goes with the name. Special call out first, though, to round out. We're going to go away from the Ogren. We're going to go into the Skinwalkers, and we're going to pick the OG, one of the OG Raid champs in Norog. Could also be a captain just because he's the OG. He's got the experience. He's one of the guys that's been here from the beginning. He needs a spot on that team because he's going to help that dressing room. He's also the comic relief, and you need that around a professional team. After him, we're going to go to the Lizards, because you're probably thinking, you're forgetting one guy here. And that, of course, is Krisk. Another big boy. Big shell on his back. Ain't nobody getting through that O-line. So Krisk, Norog, and the Ogren tribes. That's our O-line. What about our D-line? Going on the opposite side. We're going to need guys that are big, but they're going to have the mobility with him too, because they got to get through the other line and get to that quarterback, because this defensive line is going to get massive sack numbers. Okay? And for that, we're going to go right back to the Ogren, and we are going to start with Bellatar. Another big guy joining his brothers down there, but as you can see, a little more cut, a little bit better shape out of the people in the Ogren tribes. He's going to be a good pass rusher. He's going to do anything you need on that D-line, really. Who's he going to be helped by? Well, more people in Ogren. Again, bigger boy, but 110 base speed. He's one of the faster guys out there. You'll be surprised at that pass rush that he's giving you. He's also going to be helped by Gurgo. Gurgo, he's an ice king. He's not going to worry about the cold weather. Bill's Stadium, no problem. Open stadiums, winter, snow, this guy's going to stand out. He ain't getting cold. You know that. And we're going to go over here to the Skinwalkers to kind of round out our defensive line. And we are going to go with Warchief. Another one of the somewhat OG champs on Raid. Warchief. Big, tall, nice flowing hair. Going to look good like Troy Polamalu coming out of that helmet. He's definitely going to get a head and shoulders deal once his football career is over. After Boland, we're going to come over to the Knights Rev and pick our last guy. Might be one of the smallest guys in there, but he already looks like a football player in Hegemon. Hegemon, he's got the shoulder pads on. He's royalty. He's going to bring some fans in there. He's going to sell a lot of jerseys. And you know, with his ability, even though we're not going by abilities, he always goes first. So he's always going to get the jump on the quarterback. Got to watch out for Hegemon coming. And one more that I want to call out is back in the Ogren tribe. Sorry, who do you think we're calling out here? We got to go Shamrock. Shamrock's getting a little bit of a shout out here. Maybe he comes off the bench for an injury, but I think he starts because he's bringing the luck of the Irish. He's bringing that Rudy vibe. You know, his alma mater was Notre Dame. This guy's got all the heart in the world. He's going to be the captain, in my opinion, of that D-line. Okay, so that rounds out our O-line and our D-line. Let's work on some of the other positions, shall we? I might not have the exact position name in there. You can leave a comment down below of like a corner or somebody that you think can fill those positions. Would love to hear your opinions. Let's move on to the wide receivers. Wide receiver 1, my favorite champ currently in the game. he's going to be my first pick as a wide receiver, and that's going to go to Nice, the Shadow Thief. Again, one of my personal favorites. He's built, he's slender, he's muscular. You know he's going to be quick. He's going to be great in this form, but if you piss him off, if you challenge him saying, oh, he's never going to come down with the ball, well, he's just going to swap forms. And when the ball is snapped, this is the form he's running down the field with. He's got bird-like qualities. He's got the lightning. He's going to be zipping down that field. No defense is going to stop Nice. So he's my wide receiver 1 pick. Who's he going to be flanked by? Well, we got to show some love to the ladies in the Shadowkin because they're pretty much ninjas. That's what they're based off of. And we're going to start with Shuzen. High base speed. She's going to get down that field. You think you're about to tackle her. She's just going to dodge you. You're not going to see where she is. She's getting a few catches on you. She's putting up 100 at least every game. She's taking her girl Lady Kimi with her too in the wide receiver 3 spot. Tied for the highest base speed in the game for a legendary. She's going to be on the opposite side of Shuzen. Who you going to watch? They're both ninjas. They're both going to be dipping and dodging, hard to tackle. They might not be big and intimidating, but they are quick. Another person we're going to call out might have a little bit of an advantage, but this is Raid, okay? They're just born with it. They can't help it. It's like Maybelline. Maybe she's born with it. And that, of course, in the Demon Spawn, Lamassu. Another high base speed champion. Another great option as a wide receiver. She's going to be getting down that field. If there's a jump ball, she's got wings. She's coming down with it. You know who's going to be helping her do that? Well, somebody else that's got the wings in the Sacred Order. Our last wide receiver pick. Maybe not be in order, but gotta have him on the team. Cardiel. Similar to Lamassu, but this is the eye candy for the ladies. Okay, he's very camera friendly. He's got that another long flowing blonde hair, and he's got the wings, and he's already got pads on. So, in my opinion, Cardiel might be up there with Nice to come down with that football. They're going to be getting down the field quick. Cardiel just looks like a pretty boy football player. He's going to sell some tickets. That's in my opinion. After that, we got to take our running backs. So, we're only going to take 2 running backs. And the first 2 choices we have for that, they might be small. You might underestimate them. That's their power. We're going to the dwarfs. My running back number 1 slot is Trunda. Some big boys lining up against her. You might think she's going to be intimidated, but she doesn't get intimidated by anybody. You hand her the football, look at those powerful legs down there. They are going to go to work. She is going to gain that extra yard for you, along with her brother in the dwarf faction in Herndig. These 2 guys in the running back position are going to put some yards on the ground. If somehow that the other team contains those wide receivers that we have, well, ground game's going to be pretty good too with Trunda and Herndig running the ball down the field. Outside of wide receivers, who else can we target here? We're going to need some tight ends. And for the tight ends, we're going to start in the Barbarians. Tight end, number 1, he's going to get maybe a year or 2 out of him before he needs to retire. But he's going to give you some extra yards in the air and on the ground. And that is Turvold. Turvold's going to be my tight end 1. He's tall, got a big beard, he's experienced, he's bringing everything you need to the team. He's got to leave his sword on the sidelines, unfortunately. But just a big, muscular guy, perfect in that tight end spot. And to help him out, he's not my tight end 2, but I just want to call him out as the first person off the bench is going to be Huskarul. He's coming off the bench, first signs of an injury, or when his daddy Turvold finally retires, he's going to take up the mantle. But he's got to beat somebody out for that tight end 1 position. And I looked it up. He's one of the tallest champions in the game right now, according to lore and fan theory. So take that with a grain of salt. Squirrel is coming off the bench, and he's going to, when Turvold finally does retire, he's going to be competing with the Demon Spawn, Hefrak. Hefrak is my choice for tight end number 2. Again, Turvold's only got so many hits he can take left before he's got to retire. Hefrak's just waiting for that chance. They kind of split the handoffs right now, but Turvold's still got that little bit of extra bulk on him, so he's going to be our 1. Hefrak's going to come in there as number 2. He's tall. He's got a 20-pack. You know he works out. He's the one hitting the gym, trying to take over that tight end 1 spot. Hefrak's going to be our other tight end there. And, well, they might not be the most exciting person on the team, but you need a kicker. Who's going to punt? Who's going to kick field goals? Because you never know what happens. This team may not score touchdowns every time. We are going to need, back in the Shadowkin, we're going to take Nobel. Not really used much of Nobel in this game at all, but in terms of a kicker, he's slender, he's wiredy, call out to the replacements. He's going to kick that ball pretty damn far. Okay? He's going to be quick. Got big pants on, but you know he's hiding some pretty thick thighs down there. He's going to get some power behind those kicks. And then finally, who's going to lead this team? Who's going to be throwing the ball, handing the ball off in that QB1 spot? Who's it going to be? Well, my opinion, it's got to be another somewhat older champion in the Sacred Order, Roshgard the Tower. That is my QB. Once again, I looked it up according to fan theories and lore. He is the tallest champion in the game, along with Huskarwood. So, you got a tall, slender, clearly in shape quarterback. He can see whole field. Thankfully, his O-line's going to be crouched over so he can see over them. He's going to get that ball to the wide receivers. They're going to be so in sync, it's going to be nuts. And when that helmet comes off, he's going to be a handsome guy too, much like Tom Brady. He's getting those rings, okay? But who's going to be pushing him to keep that QB1 spot? Well, we are going to call out somebody. Who do you think it's going to be? Who's going to be QB2? Okay, time's up to guess. I am going to go into the demon spawn and go with... Did I pick the wrong faction? I did. Please excuse me. I'm going to go into the undead hordes and pick... Give you a second. Who am I going with? I'm going with Rodos. Okay, Rodos just looks like a quarterback. He is very camera friendly. He might be dead, but he's still got those long locks. He's giving me Sunshine from Remember the Titan vibes. He's just going to walk onto the field, all the confidence in the world, say, hey, Roshgard, give me the ball, and he's just going to launch it down the field. Not the biggest guy in the game, but he's just got that QB aura that is going to push Roshgard to not give up that spot. Finally, team needs a mascot, right? Now, as much as I hate putting arguably one of, if not the best champion in the game right now as a mascot, he kind of just looks like a mascot, and I have to put him down there. So we're going to go into the Skinwalkers, and I apologize for the raid side of things, but Marius, you're going to be a mascot on our football team, especially if we're called the Raid Mustangs or something. That's him. How many teams out there have horses and a guy riding a horse as a mascot? Well, sorry, Marius, you're an incredible champion, but you're going to be cheering on this team from the sidelines. Nobody will ride you, I promise, okay? But you're going to be our mascot. That's going to round out our Raid football team. Who are you hoping for in the Super Bowl today? Seahawks, Broncos, what's your choice? Who would you sub in? Who would you round out this team with? I know I left out some specific positions. Leave a comment down below. Really appreciate you guys. If you like this type of content, a little bit different than my first video, it's only my second video, please leave a like, subscribe, and again, comment down below what changes you would make. I appreciate the support as a new content creator. We'll see you in the next one.